Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here. Sorry, I was distracted. So I want to talk today about rotating. And what I'm talking about is, or what I want to talk about is not being distracted. We went grocery shopping today, totally to pick up something for our favorite meal, which in my house is spaghetti with ground beef and lots of sauce and garlic bread. All of those things that we got at the store, we went and got a pound and a half ish. I think it was a pound and 3/4 actually, but about a pound and a half of ground beef, 2 jars of sauce or 2 cans of sauce, and a pound of noodles. And then at the grocery store we were at, they have pre-made garlic bread that they do in their bakery that you just put in the oven. So it's going to get really loud, I think, for a minute. So we like those things. Yeah. That's an exciting young man in a huge diesel truck with a push bumper and horns on the front of it. Yeah. And it's almost too big to go around the driveway. Oh, it is. He had to back up to make the circle. Anyway, we're going to wait a couple more seconds, but I want you to listen. And they weren't even coming down my street. They were just using us to turn around. Which happens when you live on the edges of a subdivision. Like anyway. So, the things we bought tonight, except for the garlic bread, were all things that we had here at the house. We had the noodles, we had the sauce, we had the beef in the freezer, and we have canned beef on the shelf. We had all of those things, but we purchased them anyway because we could. We had the available funds, and we purchased them anyway, and we are going to put them in rotation, which means we will put them at the back of the shelf or at the bottom of the beef pile to rotate. Because first of all, store what you're going to eat, and I say that there are some exceptions of things that I store that aren't things that we eat on a normal basis, but not many. And I only do that for variety. Just like now, sometimes we'll go to the store and we'll try a new meal that we haven't tried, and it's the same thing. I want to have a little variety, and so I do. And ants. It's just one of those things that's important that you rotate your stored food. Some of the things I know it's very difficult or cost prohibitive, particularly if you buy long-term storage foods. I like Thrive Life Foods. I like Thrive mostly because that's one of the few bulk long-term storage foods that I've been pleased with. They're not terribly priced, and then they had a dealer program where I could become a dealer and get them. I get them at the same price as everyone else, but after I buy X number, I get a couple free items and stuff. So I like them, and I've been a Thrive consultant for a long time. But short of things like that, you need to rotate your food. How do you guys rotate it? Or do you? I know some people think that they don't have the capability to rotate, and so they choose or they use that and not. They're like, well, I only have 3 of these, so I don't need to rotate. But you do, because in our case, we may not have spaghetti next week. It may be, well, we're going to, but in theory, some of the things that we have, tuna fish, we don't eat tuna fish every week. So it's certain that we need to rotate our stock to keep the freshest stuff to the back so it will last longer. If we had noodles in the back or in our pantry and we bought noodles and just used the fresh ones, then those that we have are just getting older and older and older, and they just eventually won't store very well, or things will or rot or go bad. So remember, store what you eat what you store, and rotate. It sounds so easy, and I know it's so hard. It can be frustrating, but I promise it's worth it. Rotate your foods. Let's get ready.